Alright guys, good afternoon to you. Bondo here. I am at R&R Tire Express on, I believe, 1503 Mary Street in Parkersburg, West Virginia. We decided rather than, I told you that I brought the wheels for V over here to be fixed. A lot of people wonder, how they fix a wheel. Hell, I wonder why and how they fix a wheel. So anyways, today we're going to find out. You're going to see some of the action while we take these wheels apart. Those profile tires don't have much give.
No, they do.
Huh? Dude, I did this on the highway. On a transition over a little bridge, over a little creek. That's all I did. All I did was drive on the highway that my tax dollars paid.
Oh, yeah. There's about a week or so ago, I believe it was, there was a tractor trailer hit one of those expansion joints on the bridge.
Right.
Steel up.
Yeah.
I had 3 customers come in that day with that one.
Yeah. This machine is a hunter.
One of the best.
Yeah. We got a balancer there. We'll have to take a walk around here and see what kind of wheels they got for classic cars and stuff. I see they got a big bunch of them newfangled ugly wheels and stuff, but yeah, I build old cars. Old cars don't need big ugly wheels. They can have big good looking wheels, but not big ugly wheels. I have different tastes. I have different tastes than most people under 70. These fellas, they also do some, I'm sure this is an alignment sheet machine. Yeah, also by Hunter. They got the four-post rack, and they'll, they set the wheels on these casters or whatever, kind of lazy Susan things. That way you can get the toe in and all that and get you all adjusted. This is a service that they offer. I may be bringing my Cadillac over here, maybe to have it aligned after I put the struts on. All right, guys, we got one down. And you can see this right here. Oh, I like when this gimbal does that. If you give it too much of an angle at one time, yeah, bang. You see the other one matches. But fortunately it's just the lips. It's not any better but also with these no profile tires. It looks like these have a nice selection of wheels in stock. We'll take a tour upstairs and see what they got on hand here in a little bit when we make it there.
Changed so much since yesterday. Don't know what I'm looking for. World has changed so much since yesterday. I don't wanna be here anymore.
Well, guys, we have one wheel that passed the test. Specifications are within 50 thousandths. That wheel is within 35, so she's rolling pretty straight. Let's get on to the next one. She's going to be a little uglier. I know for a fact because you can visually see it. And you guessed it, I'm going to give you another tune.
I was walking home from a night on the town when I fell to my face like a tree to the ground. I hit a metal plate, it turned my face numb. C&D water 1931. I was out with the boys, first time in a while, drinking two at a time, as was our style. We drank until dawn, talking about the past, how little we knew this night would be the last.
Alright guys, now we're on to the other side of the wheel, and this is going to be a little harder because this is the face of the wheel. And you don't want to TIG weld it?
Well, I could.
No, I'd rather not happen to.
Well, the downfall is when you take well that,
And then,
you run the chance of it still breaking anyway.
sure,
Woo, still hot to take that.
don't touch it.
Trying to do it this way, right-handed.
You left hand?
Right-handed.
Okay.
Just working on my left side.
Okay, well, I get it.
Crazy part is I can play guitar with both up either direction. That's totally right. Sure.
I'm left-handed, but I only learned how to play right for some reason.
There. You can definitely tell the difference, kid.
Yes, sir. The machine's not hopping up and down. The machine's not hopping up and down. You know, I drove to this Peace and Grease car show here a couple weekends ago. This was in Waynesville, Ohio. On my way home from that, I took the Cadillac. I used my GPS, and the GPS just, instead of the highway that I drove there, put me on a fucking 2-lane road in the middle of nowhere in Meigs County and Athens County, Ohio, and whatever other county I went through. And I hit a rabbit. So my front splitter now had a few extra pieces. But then again,
It split.
I didn't really hear anything, and I was still rolling, so I kept the rolling. And if I can make it home, even if I know something's break it down, that's me not getting towed. So I will try to drive it home every time.
There we go. Too far. Too far. What she said anyway. I'm afraid of it. She cracked.
Huh?
She cracked. Right there at the spoke. I was afraid that was going to do that. But she still want me to. She didn't crack all the way through though. That's
No.
not clear up to here.
Right. I shouldn't have said that.
I was afraid of it.
Well, actually on the other side of it has that little extra, roll of metal.
Yeah. I mean, I can weld it in. Have to let her cool down.
Well, quit burning yourself.
Do it on a daily.
Well, guys, we had a wheel crack. So we'll be back with a little bit more action. Show you what's going to happen.
When this is over, I'm gonna kill you.
Despair.
Vince Muga. I'm gonna give him a couple minutes apiece. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna check out the wheels and tires that you can buy from this fine establishment. And I'm sure you can order all kinds of stuff, but we'll see what's going on. You got a cute little puppy dog. Hi, little cute little puppy dog. You've got all kinds of wheels and shiny things. And these guys actually offer like a payment program or whatever you can set up with them. So if you don't have the money to buy them all at once, they'll work with you to help you get them wheels and tires for your ride. It's nice and air conditioned in here. TV that you can look at more wheels. I don't know where the Craigers are at. Huh? We'll have to find out if they sell wheels for people with them classics that don't necessarily want to go with the modern stuff. Nice looking wheels though. Anyways, we'll get back to the action. We'll walk back outside here. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll see one of Parkersburg's neighborhood backpackers, otherwise known as people that they say that have them addiction afflictions. Yeah, nice little shop up here, up top. We're down below in the basement. It's a good bit cooler down there. And this is me, and I'm gonna walk back around, see what kind of action's happening down here. We didn't know it'd take this long. We didn't know the wheel would crack, but when you're having stuff like this done, sometimes metal does what it wants to do and isn't always that forgiving. It's like a lot of things in life, you deal with it, pick yourself up, carry on. And if you haven't, please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoy the music that I'm playing for you today. And you can hear the tungsten a frying. I guess that's what TIG welding uses. I was using tungsten to try to fix my wheels. See, it said his little stick of that stuff was $10 a stick. So anyways, but you know, sometimes you have them things happen. You got to do what you got to do, right? Anyways, let's see what's going on in here. And if you hear that sound is airfile sandpaper on an air-powered sandpaper thing. That happens after the welding. So the TIG welding part is over with, and we'll go see where we're at. You guys can hear how loud that is. Take that into consideration. What these guys have to go through every day to bring you the sounds that you want to hear. But we're gonna tell him about some earmuffs as soon as we walk back in here. Show you where I'm at. We might even right there. So you can see when you look at the vehicle, if it's hidden in behind the trees and stuff, and the weeds are growing up around it, you know, somebody might want to sell it cheap. So sometimes it looks kind of Jeep shaped, right? So it might be all-wheel drive. So that might be a mid vehicle. We may just ask about that because we're like that. You know, when you're in a situation, if you can accomplish 10 things, you know, then you're ahead of the game. I always try to see what my next thing is while I'm doing the one thing. Yes, sir, he's putting the final touches on that baby. We're gonna have to do a little bit of paint work, but hey, that's all right, isn't it? Huh? It's gonna survive. See, check out this 4-post lift. That's pretty cool. He pivoted that around. It's like this deal. Set it down, I suppose, flip a lever, turn it down, and you know, then it's a jack. Oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that these 4-post lifts could be that versatile. But I'm still happy with the 2-post that we got because I think it'll do most everything that we need, right? Because we could do without one, completely. Let's see what we got going on over here. We're back to the grinding because we had a pinhole and a wheel. The dome held there. No good. Get a little bit more of that. But I'm not going to make you listen to a whole bunch of that, so we'll be back to you when something else has happened. Alright guys. Had a couple pinholes. Took a couple tries, a couple efforts. Grinding and sanding in between. Probably got the wheel sealed. See what's going on now. And you know guys, we may just leave this whirlwind. We may not even paint it. We might just put a little clear on it. Huh? Maybe airbrush a Band-Aid on there. Another day doing loud stuff, strange places, meeting new faces. Huh? Yeah, we're getting stuff done though, right? That's the important thing about this. I hope you guys are enjoying whatever I've decided to accompany this with. If you guys like country music and stuff like that, well, we might play some folk music or whatever. Can we consider that close enough? Because, you know, I don't know. If I have to hear something that makes me feel like some original Hank or some Willie or something like that, yeah, we'll do some dirty blues. I go a long way and stuff. There's a lot of music I like. If I'm doing this, even if I'm the one providing the music, I gotta be proud of it and I gotta be happy with it. And, you know, I like rock and metal, a little bit of Floyd, that kind of action. Anyways, back to you in a bit.
Body.
I still wasn't recording. I'm starting upside down now. That's cool. Right? We're gonna do a special effect. See, it's going back. Wow. Yeah. And it's still upside down. See, it's recording. It's like kind of like an epoxy or plastic or
Sand.
okay. I was thinking, oh, there you go. That's weird. It's 30, normally 32. 30, well, I'll be in a little bit higher proof. This car really doesn't get. I bet I don't drive. I drove it to Waynesville to this car show, and I drove it more than 2.5-hour drive, two directions that I did in the last 3 years. I don't put miles on it because I kind of hope since there's a few of them that it's be a little bit rare that maybe it'll be worth a little bit of money someday. Or I don't really drive. There's a pretty slick tire machine. So guys, if you're at home in your garage and you use once in a while, you probably don't want to do that. So I'm sure that costs lots and lots and lots of money. But it's pretty as cool to see a nice piece of machinery work. And like any time in life, people, you got to prepare for the worst. This fancy $1 million machine, sometimes it still ends up being the man and the piece of steel. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to put them on the front anyway and take my chances. Because part of the reason I wanted them is hydroplaning on the highway. And this tire would channel water a lot better than the tires that you took off.
That was a little disappointing.
Huh? It was just a little queef. You sometimes get a big bang. Yeah. Right on. All right, guys, we got one tire on. Progress is progress. All right, guys, going on the machine. Let's see how well her diet has treated her. Yes. Yeah, I liked it, and sometimes, I like the thing about Phil. He would sing every once in a while too.
That was 10 times better.
Yeah, when I was bringing the wheels over here, one of the wheel weights that was on it fell off, and I could see where there'd been some other ones glued on it. Right. So you think these wheels, they probably haven't been to a tire shop other than whenever they put them on. People don't realize these wheels and stuff, they aren't true when you get them out of the box. You still got to put wheel weights on everything.
I've tried to explain to people that it's impossible to get a perfectly round wheel. Unless, working as a machinist.
Did you know, I don't know if you knew, that on a tire, there's a little circle on the tire, that's where it goes to the valve stem, because that's how the tire is balanced at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get into that argument all the time.
You can't argue with some things. You just can't. It's futile.
Well, I've had this debate many times that the yellow dot is for the low spot in the tire and the red dot is for the high spot in the tire. You're supposed to match it. Well,
yeah.
How do they know the high spot is at the valve stem?
Right. Don't worry, guys. The garbage lid top is just a little bit deceitful. We weren't looking at the screen. See, it's in the green. That means it's okay. And no matter what language or what part of your world that you're listening and tuning into this to, okay means okay. All right, guys. There's one. Ding, 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 ding. See, this one, it actually stayed round. But it'll still be mad at the new tire. Because it seems black wheels resist change. They like to stay where they are. But people, you can't stay where you are. Sometimes things are different. Sometimes you gotta walk. You're walking in the darkness. You walk out here. Well, see, there's light. There's light out here. Well, maybe that's not quite the lesson that you came here for, but you're here. Be happy. I don't know if reincarnation is a true thing, but try to be happy in this life.
With sweat on your brow, does anybody know what keeps you from the sun? Your work ain't never done. There ain't no rest for more Henry. There ain't no rest for more Henry. There ain't no rest for more.
See, guys, he's using the force, really the fulcrum, putting weight at the end of the tire by pulling down on it. It's taking some of the strain off of where he's actually wanting the tire to go. All you guys ready? It's gonna go. Look at her go. Much easier than the last one. See if it takes air. See if we get an exciting pop. Oh well.
She can't get a cab, but she's gonna walk.
Well, cleaning him off. I don't know, guys. I'm still not a fan of big wheels, but for big wheels, I think these are all right looking wheels. Those are just, they're not gaudy. You guys in your Ford line, you can love your Ford line. I'd rather have Cragars. Granted, they're not good for road courses. Neither am I. Alright, guys, we're going for wheel number 2.
Excessive time to reach correct rotation direction. Awesome.
See, even these fancy machines sometimes mess up, just like this gimbal that I'm holding in my hand. Sometimes they decide what they want to do, and that's what they want to do. Take 2. He had to turn off the self-destruct button.
Still came out with the same penalty.
Look at that, guys. You even get a little picture of where the computer thinks that it should be placed. See, and even as a bonus, that spot on the wheel will be clean. Wheel weights lead.
Yes.
So I'm not educated, but that was still my guess. Now we are okay. See, the driver may not be, but the wheel will be.
I was putting the word in there.
Yeah. Give it a Facebook like. Like, share, subscribe if you want to see more of this action. I'm going to keep doing it even if you don't. So we try to make it enjoyable as we go. We're learning things. I am. I hope you are. That guys, leave others and settling up and all that kind of stuff. This is John. I thank you for your participation. And please, check out R&R Tire. Is it 1503? The address here? What? 1108 Mary? Okay, 1108 Mary. See, I told you wrong before. I had 1503 in my head. But yeah, as I added, I'll make sure that we get all the information correct. These guys got some tires. They do some alignment. They can help you fix a wheel. And if the worst happens and that wheel breaks, as you see, it can be fixed here. Support your locals, people. And these guys, they said that they carry a lot more of the newer style wheels and tires, but they have access to anything you'd want, so get in there and talk to them.